Well, we've had a wonderful afternoon here in Milwaukee. I'm with the Food Nutrition Service in the Department of Agriculture, and we are the federal agency responsible for 15 major feeding programs, among the most important of which are the school lunch program, school breakfast, and today we saw in action the summer feeding program. And the Hunger Task Force of Milwaukee has been very creative. I think it was founded back in the 70s, and over the years has evolved to respond to the different needs. And these days, one of the biggest needs in the country, right across the country, is the need for more and better access for low-income children during those summer months when they're out of school. During the school year, literally many millions of children receive lunch at a public or private school free and reduced. In the summertime, that number drops off to less than 3 million. So in places like Milwaukee and organizations like the Hunger Task Force, for example, this year, they have committed, along with their partnerships with schools and boys and girls clubs, to basically double the number of children that receive lunch or breakfast. Today, in this very boys and girls club, 900 meals were served. So, and you saw a lot of smiling faces of little kids, some of which are in a school program, some of which are in the recreation program here. To me, it's a wonderful example of a partnership between the private agencies, the not-for-profits, the school system, and in our case, the federal government. And the state agency here works with us directly as well. So government, private sector, resulting in good things for children. You know, this is the way it should be. So we're quite pleased to see it. They've been very unique in their approach here with building these kind of partnerships. Earlier today, on the same side of the city, we went to what was formerly a county office, and now it is an organization set up by, supported by the state, but set up by the Hunger Task Force to help individuals in this area of the city sign up online through computers for SNAP or for the supplemental nutrition program. That's vitally important these days in a tough economy. And we know it helps families, it helps individuals, it certainly helps children. And again, that was an example of this private organization reaching out, working with the state, but also helping residents and consumers. So it's always great to see it in action. Whenever I go out and do a visit like this, I always learn something new that I wasn't aware of before. And the beauty of being in government is there are almost no patent laws that apply between one government and the other. And so we can take good ideas and pass them on to other parts of the country. And so just wonderful to see it firsthand.
Great. And so talk a little bit more about maybe implementing some of these ideas that you've seen and what the next step is from this point on after you leave here.
Well, you know, I've spent my whole career, most of it in government, mostly in state government, but people pass laws, whether by legislatures or by Congress, and it's important to get the laws passed, but equally, if not even more important, is how they're implemented. And so it is great, it's refreshing to come to a place like this to see these programs implemented in ways that are consumer friendly, very responsive. We heard at the Hunger Task Force, the foods that they distribute to different food pantries, they make adjustments, cultural adjustments in the kind of foods that different ethnic groups would need. And so we know it's responsive to the local community. We know they're implementing. They're very conscious of doing things efficiently, so it's a good use of either private donors' funds or public funds in our case. So it's all very reassuring for me to see it.
Great.